Alright guys, it's UnoPro here. Today we're doing our first video of Nova Blitz. Now Nova Blitz, for those who aren't familiar with it, is a real-time card game, which means both players are playing their turn at the same time. Now I've had a lot of fun with the game. It's currently in alpha, but it is probably going to be beta very soon as the Kickstarter has started, and I encourage you to join me in funding the Kickstarter. I'm sure it's going to be a great game. I've had a ton of fun with it. But while you still can, I really do encourage you to join in the alpha, because you get to play with all the cards, and there's no restrictions, there's no entry fees to tournaments. You just play against people who are also learning the game, and you get to be one of the first ones making the decks. So here's one that I've come across. Now, the basis for this deck is to get Kuiju into play for very little amount of mana very early on. Now, this is the biggest creature in the game, and at 14 health, it's not going to die to many things. Now, the way we get this into play is teleport, which puts the weakest unit from your hand into the arena. Now, the reason that I feel this deck has actually gotten a lot stronger, and it's gone from being a really gimmicky deck just for a bit of fun, to actually possibly being a viable deck, is the fact that in the latest patch, removal got nerfed. Now, Arcane had Death's Grasp, which is a 4 mana kill any unit, which obviously is super effective against our only unit. And also other nerfs to the class also meant that we'll see less of it and don't have to worry about polymorphs as much. Anyway, so that's our combo there. Now, some of the key cards we have are Circle of Power. This is probably the most important non-combo piece. It allows us to play all of our powers for a lot cheaper. This adds up continually, and it cannot be affected by our opponents. Now, we got some early removal. First of all, I like to say that I did start off with a Arcane and Chaos base, but with the nerfs to Arcane, I've moved over to Tech more to allow us to play the easier Holo Globes, and some of the early removal is just as good, if not better, at the moment. So first of all, for our removal package, we have 4 Electrocute. Now, I did have the 1 mana 3 damage from Chaos, but I figured most of the time that's going to destroy any unit for 2 or less, but sometimes this will get some we can't. So, really strong card. It was even 3 mana right before the patch, which was absolutely insane, but it's still pretty decent in my opinion. Now, I wanted to try No Escape, and it's been doing me well. Originally, I was trying some Ricochet Bolt, and it wasn't really doing much, but I thought instead of just removing this card, let's add a combo piece. And it's not really bad using 2 cards because we get to draw cards, so it's still a 1-for-1. But most of the time we're going to get tempo because we only spent 2 mana. And Ricochet Bolt can be useful against really aggro starts. The next card is Boost Juice. This is also super important. Gain 4 energy this turn. Now, not only is this powerful by itself, but it also combos really well with Circle of Power, gaining a net 3 mana. Not only this will be in our nut draws. When we get this into turn 2 we can get turn 2 teleport, and if we have a Kuiju in our hand, we can just win the game on the spot almost. It's a super strong card, and is also the reason I ended up Nature Energy. When I started off with the deck, I didn't include any Nature Energy because I thought, well, spending 9 mana for a creature that can die to removal is just too bad. But when we have Boost Juice, we can still get these super early, and it stops them from being too dead in your hand if we don't do a teleport. The next is Teddy Bomb. 4 mana for 4 damage for 2 mana. It's fairly strong, gives us a lot of survivability in the early game. Holo Globe. One of the main reasons I wanted a tech base over an arcane base is Holo Globe. The card is absolutely insane. 3 cards for 4 mana is huge. Add that to the fact that it can get reduced by Circle of Power, and that we can combo off with multiple Holo Globes with Boost Juice. It's such an insane card, and it really does pull the deck together because we only have 4 cards that can win us the game, and we need to find them. Assassinate. Now, Assassinate is more expensive, and it doesn't hit everything, which unfortunately isn't that good against the other Kuiju decks. But it is still very effective, and when it hits, it's super value. Not only do you kill a unit, it can cost up to 5, you get to draw a card, and that's just good value. Now, Mirror Image. This was the other reason I stayed with some arcane, because copying target unit twice. Now, not only is this really good against our opponent's creatures, but it's mainly used for our kaijus. Now, a lot of the time, against like an aggro or a deck with less removal, we will simply go kaiju, and then next turn we'll mirror image, and that will basically be the game. But against control, it gives us an out. If they have tons of removal, and we don't think just one kaiju will do enough, and it can die, and then we won't have any target, then we can simply wait. Using our circle of power, using our boost juice, we can wait to combo off until we can play teleport, and then instantly mirror image. And if this is part where the real-time strategy actually comes in, because we need to play it and then instantly mirror image before our opponent even has time to react and kill it. So that is a super powerful card, can also save you against aggro every now and then, pretty versatile, and when you have such ramp with boost juice and circle of power, it actually is a really powerful card on its own right. So for the mana base, I wanted Chaos Energy and Tech Energy for the most part. Now, my principle when it comes to mana building is if we have one that we favor over the other early game, then we need to have more of it because it takes less time. So for example, Nature Energy. We only need 3 of this. Not only is it a rare occurrence that we'll be casting a kaiju, it's not going to happen till late game anyway. We could possibly even go down to 2 here, but I haven't really found a problem with the mana base as of yet. But obviously, this deck list is not fully tuned. I'm sure there's lots of improvements. People have got better ideas than myself. Arcane Energy, we also have some of this. We need to hit that circle of power as early as we can. But if we don't draw a circle, then there's no real rush to get it as we mirror image at 8. So I think the mana bases aren't too bad, and the system isn't like a normal card game. They've embraced the digital side of the game and allowed the shuffler to kind of avoid mana clamp. So you're not going to draw no mana, and you're not going to draw 7 mana. So having more greedier mana bases can work. I personally tended to have probably more mana than most people, but I've been finding it good for me. So obviously these numbers really do need to be tweaked, and I'm sure someone can come up with a much better idea than me. But for now it works, and it's mainly just testing out how good this combo can be. Can we beat control? Can we beat aggro? Because against the kind of mid-rangey slower decks, they really just can't do enough, put enough pressure on us before we can get out of kaiju, and they don't have any removal to deal with it. Okay, so I'm going to get in, let's play a couple games with it, and then I will see you once we find a game. Alright guys, we're back, we found a game. This is against an opponent I have played quite a lot. That is kind of how it's been with this alpha. But yeah, I mean, it's not a bad thing, and often what we'll see is that, you know, one player comes up with a deck, you know, you don't see them for half an hour and they come back and they're playing the same deck against you, and it's really cool to go back and forth. Unfortunately you can't voice chat or, you know, type in game, but, you know, I feel like we're all learning the game together, which is a cool experience. Now here I have a pretty insane draw, and we're just going to play a kaiju. And that is super hard to deal with if you're my opponent. We didn't even need, we have 2 deck cards in our hand, and well, sometimes the deck just wins. And ironically enough, Shadowcaster was the card that became, that stemmed from the only card that could actually defeat this most of the time. Anyway, I don't really care if he's getting zombies. Just to stop some damage anyway. No, that was not very smart, guys. So we have Assassinate next turn, so I guess he's trying out a zombie deck. It's interesting, I don't think I've run into any of them yet. But yeah, he really needs to find an answer. Guess we just kill the zombie maker, it's probably going to stop more damage. Then let's just deal damage to that. And this is lethal. So not the most exciting game you'll ever see. I kind of did just get the Nitro, the turn 3 Kaiju. But that's kind of how this deck is, and that is often the sign of a tier 1 deck in any game, is that it can just get these wins your opponent can do nothing about. So Unfortunately for my opponent, not much I can do. I didn't even play that game good, to be honest. So let's jump into another game and see if we can get a more interactive, skillful game. Alright guys, we have found a game. Had a bit of a bad run recently, kind of getting wrecked all over the place. I just haven't been able to find a very interactive game. It's not the worst hand ever, but it does need a few cards to really do anything, which is unfortunate. Okay, so we have pieces we need for the most part. Circle of Power probably would have won us the game if we had Arcane Energy, so we just play Teleport next turn. Hopefully turn 4 is not too slow. This looks like to be a pretty aggressive deck. Ricochet Bolt, I'll take that any day. And we can even no escape one of these. Which one is better to do? Obviously this one. And awesome. Alright, we're doing alright now. We got a little bit lucky there, I'd say. We got a bit lucky. But I mean, this is a combo deck. This is an all-in combo deck. It's understandable that we won't always have the most interactive games. Okay, so in this situation, our health, we're not a sure thing, especially if it has so much burn. I don't know if we have to race. Maybe we do have to race. What can we draw? We draw another Kuiju. We win if we play it faster, possibly. He doesn't have enough damage. I feel like I might really help him by blocking. Yeah, I have to attack. I can't really just wait. This could be close. So we have an Assassinate. There's the Kuiju. And this should be a win. Oh, he has the initiative. Maybe not. This is a very close game. I think I might have lost. Yeah, I don't know which happens first either way. And if he's smart enough not to play anything, we lose, which is unfortunate. So, yep, and obviously he's not going to trade the initiative, which I'm not even sure what happens if I do overrun or the last breath attempt, which comes first. Well, we'll let him take his clever win where he dies, kills us with the Goblin Raiders. Well, wasn't the best game, but it was fairly interesting, and it does show when we can possibly lose. Alright guys, we're back again. Geez, not the best hand here. I mean, it's nice to get Electrocute, but drawing 2 out of 3 nature energies, it's not something we want to be doing. Hopefully we can get a Chaos. Get a Chaos, we're honestly fine, but if not, could be in a bit of trouble. But we do have quite a nice hand if we can get some Chaos, honestly. Could just be a tech-based minion deck. Fairly strong, but probably I think we had a good chance of them. Okay, so we definitely need some mana here. Very likely needs to be Chaos. If we get a Chaos mana soon, I'd say we'd probably be favourites. If we don't soon, then he can really start to pile up the board. And we're out of cards to play. Ah, yes. Extremely lucky there. But we do what we gotta do. Now. Could assassinate Teddy. Okay. Not sure if it would have been better to, you know, if there was a better play there. But at least we can assassinate next turn. Or do we play the Kaiju? Probably just get the Kaiju in, I guess. yeah, after seeing that, definitely want the Kuiju. I mean, he'll get to attack us for a fair bit of damage. I wonder if we should block here. I think in this situation I might actually block. Oftentimes I won't block with this, but I think we just want to clean up the board. And we don't want to take an extra 3 damage. Okay. What's Assassin? Is it worth boost juicing first? Probably not. Guess there's no reason to rush it. Is there anything we can even draw that we would play? Not a lot. Let's just do this. And we're probably blocking again. A deck like this is very unlikely to have removal, and maybe just the odd assassinate, which won't even hit it. So I'm happy just to block here. There's no rush. We have card draw. We have an extra teleport. Let's just wait it out. I'm not sure why he would do that. And are we gonna? Well, it's a super good draw, but are we gonna boost juice and do both? I think I will. Let's play this teleport. I think I just got that in time actually. And let's just. Well, I'm glad I waited. This should be game over here. I can't see a way we lose. Unless he has something ridiculous, like Divine, the 5 damage thing and like a Divine Energy, but that doesn't make any sense, so. And he'll have to give us the initiative, so. If he wants to play anything. And that'll be a win. So, I'm not gonna lie, this deck isn't the most consistent, but the same thing, I don't think I have the best list by a mile. It could easily be tuned. It's a very powerful deck and has a lot of free wins. Now, I look forward to experimenting it. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think. I'm probably going to change the energy, possibly change the removal package, and maybe even go down a Kuiju, maybe go down a teleport. It's a bit weird to say, but sometimes they do clog up your hand, and sometimes it's more about gaining control with Hobo Globes, and then it's kind of just a wait. And in that sense, you're a control deck. Whereas if you go for more teleports and more Kaijus, then you're a combo deck. So the deck actually could be tuned. Let's make it a control deck, and that's our finisher. Or we can stick with what we do, go for the more combo-based approach. And if you want to take it even further with a combo-based approach, then you could possibly remove some early removal, add some early card draw, though that is a lot harder because we don't want to add any more minions. So we can't really have good card drawing minions early, because then our teleports, there's a chance they'll miss, and we can't really afford that. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I've been working on quite a lot of other decks, so I'm really enjoying the game. I'd like to make some more videos. Let me know your thoughts, any feedback, anything you want me to experiment with and maybe make a video about. In the meantime, I'm working on my control decks, got a tempo deck, and maybe even some more combo decks in the future. So thanks for watching guys, and I hope to see you in the next video.